Hello you guys, my name is Ryn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to home number 3 in the starter home week series. Guys, we're halfway through already, I can't believe it. And I have, another modern one for you. Hope you guys enjoy this one. This is certainly a different kind of starter home. I call it the modern levitation starter home, and that's because you'll eventually see that it's just, well, one big box of a home on top of 4 pillars. And I actually saw a picture online. Sometimes I do kind of like Google dives in order to get inspired and whatnot. And there was a picture of a home. You know, to be honest, it didn't quite look like a home. It almost looked like just a little, I don't know, backyard office space, because you could see actually in these huge windows, and it just had a seating area, and there just wasn't enough room, it looked like, to have, you know, like rooms or anything like that. But the main thing that I liked about it was that it was all up off the ground on these pillars. And if I had my actual way, I would have probably, if Sims allowed it, let's just put it that way, I would have actually had this home a lot lower, first of all, which I keep wondering if I could ever figure that out. But honestly, at this rate, you just have to, you know, if you want a home to be like up and off the ground, it has to be on the second floor, and you just eliminate the first floor. But so if that's one thing I would change. And then another thing I would change would be stairs angling. I wish that stairs in The Sims could be put on the diagonal, because, okay, I wish that stairs could be put on the diagonal, and I wish that you could have different landings in between levels. Now, I know we've never had anything like that before in The Sims, and that would take a lot of, you know, technical figuring on the on behalf of the Sims team. But I mean, how cool would it be to be able to have, you know, stairs go like maybe halfway up a building, or like, you know, halfway up a wall height, and then to be able to pivot it and have, you know, another landing and then go all the way up to the second floor. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. But those few things would have been what absolutely, you know, would have made this very much like the inspiration picture. And I'll include a link to the picture too in the description below. And anyway, I got a little held up on that because, you know, when you're trying to build something in The Sims, you're like, I really want it to be a certain way, and you have it in your mind how you want it to turn out, and it doesn't, because there, you know, even with testing cheats and move objects on and all of the little tips and tricks you can do, there are still things that you know, that you're limited by in The Sims still. So it's all good. We figured it out. I think that this build came together really nicely. For the first time in a long time, or for the first time ever, I actually did a build that is on the diagonal, which you guys know very well makes putting things in places a little tricky at times, because they don't, you know, objects and especially countertops, they don't lock to the grid like they do, you know, in a normal grid when they're not on the diagonal. So that was a little weird trying to figure that out. You can kind of see me struggling with the countertops right there and trying to see, well, what looks best in this situation. So I ended up just putting a wall, which I think helped that problem go away. But it was a fun, you know, it was a fun little thing to explore. I rarely ever build on the diagonal, so that, again, was a lot of fun for me. And this build actually, minus, of course, my little wish list of things I could have actually done in The Sims, this was really a fun build for me. I don't normally do these kind of builds, I feel like. And especially with the limitations of a starter home, it was really fun. And doing these colors, so the color palette, purple, pink, and orange, that was really inspired by a sunset. And I thought that would be really, really pretty, especially in Oasis Springs with the desert and everything. I just thought how lovely, So I hope you guys like that color palette. I think it really pops, and I actually really, really like it. I was going to say something else and I completely forgot. Go figure. You get all these ideas, you're in your head of like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to say when I do my voiceover, and then they all go out the window and you completely forget why you're here. So your brain just completely shuts down and says, no, you shall not remember what you wanted to say. I have control now, and you will just ramble on needlessly because, hey, your job is a YouTuber in this case, and that's just what you'll do. Ramble needlessly for all the days of your life. Anyway, off of that tangent and back onto this. I still don't know what I want to say. Oh gosh, how embarrassing. But your sim has all their needs in here. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, all needs are met. I've tested everything. Everything should work. And everything in this build, in this starter home, is base game. That's what I wanted to say, so you guys know. Everything in this one is base game, which is really exciting. Hey, it's even in Oasis Springs, which is a base game town. So you guys are set if you only have the base game Sims. So there you go. I wanted to make sure I tell you guys, because otherwise I feel really bad. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that. But I always try and say so in the description below as well. But there you go. Yeah, and honestly, just finishing this up, my favorite part of this whole build is probably the dining room. I think it is so pretty, and I want to dine there so bad. I think it's gorgeous. I don't know. I know it's my build and all, but I still think it's so... the dining room just came together so beautifully. I can't say enough about it. And I decided to put carpet in the bedroom because I really wanted a rug to go in there, but none of the rugs were working with the color scheme I was going for, and they just looked really out of place. They weren't, none of the ones I wanted were the right size, and the ones that were the right size, of course, none of them had the right color scheme, so that was a pain in the butt. But I almost thought what I saw was like a non-base game item. No, I think we're good. Anyway, just a little bit of landscaping. I apologize if you heard the train outside my window. They tooted their horn, and well, I guess I just wanted a little cameo appearance in this in this speed build. Oh gosh. Anyway, well, a little bit of landscaping, just very much to, tie into the rest of the land that surrounds this lot and this home. And honestly, we're going to be finishing up the speed build portion of this video very soon, and pictures obviously to follow. Oh, and by the way, I tend to forget, and I think I'm going to say this every time, tend to almost forget mailboxes, but it does show up in case you don't see it pop in at this point. But anyway, guys, the pictures are next, and I will catch you at the very end. Enjoy. guys, that does it for the modern levitation home. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're enjoying Starter Home Week, please subscribe. You guys can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and the Sims 4 gallery, all RynAsInWin, and this build will be up on the gallery. Just look for me, RynAsInWin. And guys, the internet is a busy place, so I am honored that you chose to spend your time here with me today. I love you guys for being here, and I will see you next time.